Hey everyone, I'm back for a video. Um, Thank you for tuning in as always. If you are, if you're here, if you're even real. I don't even know if I'm real. If this is real. Is it? Is that clock right? Or is that clock wrong? Depending on where you are. This is all very pointless. And today I'm going to talk about. So I will go seriously, but at the same time light. You always got to have that balance. Is healing childhood trauma in a deep level. And when I'm talking about childhood trauma, I'm not talking about specifically something, an incident. I think there's incidents in our lives, there's like trauma, right points in our lives, these big events, but then those big events have branches going to different parts of our lives in different times. They affect our work because someone yells at us at work, and then so all these different branches, they affect our relationships. So they branch into all these different things. And how a belief works, or a trauma, like nucleus, right? Like the nucleus of a cell. A trauma has a nucleus that are going around the trauma. This is why most people re-experience trauma, because there's the protons that are affected by the trauma. Just it's circling your life, but from this core place, right? There's like core wound, and that core wound branches to all different places. Have you ever seen a big tree? So of the trauma, and then it would go to all the other parts, right? The roots are going in all these other different parts of your life. I'm trying to give you many visuals to understand this. So how we heal trauma usually is sometimes going to the root, right? That's what we've been taught. Many, like from my psychology standpoint, having a master's in counseling, we go to the root of the trauma, right? And we heal that. We experience it, all those different things. It's really important. What isn't talked about, and I don't think even is known, this is something I've experienced, is that we have to also heal all those little roots, right? If you're, I don't know, playing a video game and fighting a boss, sometimes you have to kill all the little things around it before you kill the main boss, right? If you're going to win a war, you have to win the battles before it. So that's what I'm going to talk about, because I think we have not been, especially in spiritual community, gentle with ourselves healing childhood trauma. We've been kind of jackhammering ourselves. Try to find it, try to fix it, try to heal it. Many of us think we have to heal these trauma and these blocks to manifest what we desire. Some people think that, we have to heal these blocks just to feel good. Some people think we have to heal all our trauma to have any joy. And this is not true at all. Life is going to heal you. Life is going to probably nick at all the things around it. And then at some point go into it when the timing is right, when you have the support, when you have time off work, all these different things. I know when I'm not working, like I haven't worked for the last month, many things erupt out of me, but that's perfect because I have the time and space to process. I don't have anything else but me to worry about in making these videos, maybe. I've been very lucky and blessed to have that time. And today I pulled the Sun card, which this is a Quantum Tarot deck. Quantum Tarot version 2.0 by Kay Stopford and Chris Butler. I guess I'm going to give them credit. It feels right. And that's just the inner child card. So when I pulled what to talk about, and to me, your inner child is, I was watching Home Alone last night, and they talk about kids being resilient. The kids can forgive, kids can release, and they're really resilient at surviving. Like a kid can get through anything. I know for me, going through my inner child, like I was just alone and depressed. Like my inner child has more strength than me. Like as an adult, like it could handle so much more shit. Like you were getting bullied and like people were like smacking books out of your hand and you're like getting excluded from groups. Like kids are like next level. Like at least at your job, people have to like pretend to like you and they can't just like hit you and like smack your books. Like no one's doing these like physical things, but somehow kids can get away with this shit. And a inner child is really resilient. So what's coming through for me to talk about in this moment is not just everyone's trying to do inner child healing, which I think is super, super important, healing that childhood trauma, but also bringing that resilience of your inner child into your life. Like you can handle a lot of shit. Like I know for many spiritual beings, like we went through so much stuff in our childhood, so much neglect, so much emotional abuse, didn't get the love we needed. We might have been abuse, sexually abused, and all those things that are fucking horrible. And I'm so sorry if those things happened. But we survived it. Like, we're really fucking strong. And like, that should give you lots of confidence that you can survive anything. Like, if you can survive what you went through, if you're watching this, you probably have some form of childhood trauma. Like, what you survived, what you went through, it means you can survive a lot. It means you're super, super strong. We hold space for that inner child, and we do the work, and we focus on our feelings, and we hold that inner child, and we don't try to fix what they're going through. All those things, right? We're becoming the parents, loving ourselves from a Matt Kahn perspective. But also, your inner child's fucking amazing. Like, the things you went through make you amazing. That's what we are as humans, courageous and resilient. And we can survive any battle, any war. We can go through any trauma and get through it. Like, we are like warriors that are going through a an obstacle course of this life, right? With challenges. And that's kind of what this life is. This is a big, gigantic obstacle course with different challenges we go through. And sometimes going back to look at video of those challenges to heal. And like, we're doing fucking badass work like here. So knowing that you survived it, you're going to be okay. And this, another thing that's going to come through is like, when you're healing this trauma, what you're going through, like, isn't you going through it. That's not to say you aren't experiencing that and it's horrible. This is not to not take it seriously. But at the same time, you're a finite character going through this, and it's going to end, and it's going to be okay. And whatever you went through, even if you don't heal it, will be healed through your death. So we're playing a game of challenges and obstacle courses, while at the same time, it's really real what you went through, and it's really serious, and we need to hold that child like they've been through hell, but also knowing at the same time that we're going through a game and it's an obstacle course, and this is supposed to happen. Both, holding space for both at the same time, the observer and the person that's hurt the character. I know for me, for a long time, I was so detached from being the character, and now I'm more going back of Dan. Like, I was just like, I'm out walking, I'm not even this, right? Like, I was so detached from my body and like looking at it from an outside perspective. And there's truth to that. Like, we have to go there. There's a point of our evolution that we have to go away from our body, that we're not the character. And then we come back into the body, becoming the finite character from an infinite perspective, because we're playing a game. If you're playing a video game or watching a movie, you get invested in the character. The character isn't real, but you still feel emotions, right? Like, if you're watching The Office or something like that, because so many people watch that, or a movie and you like cry because the character went through something, or you laugh, or you feel their pain, like, that's what you're doing for your character, right? You're both, but you still got to feel the pain and go through the grief and be human, but at the same time, hold this perspective that you're in a show, you're in a movie. And by doing that, you can heal faster, because when you're detached and there's like a less seriousness going on, but there's a real seriousness, this is real and this fucking sucks, right? Like, you don't want to watch a movie. I do this. So this is like my thing, and I make fun of the movie, like when they're going through serious stuff, because that's what I do in my life. Like, I make fun of the pain. So now I'm taking it more seriously, but because also I'm holding that perspective that it's kind of just supposed to happen. So you toe this line, right? It's a balance between taking it seriously and going back and going to the root of the problem, right? Doing the work, but also like, it's not that serious that you get the work done, because you're going to die. Like, you're holding these both in your hands. It's a juggling act. You're going back and forth, and you have to do this, maintain balance. And I think that's so important, especially if you experience childhood trauma, that you have to have joy breaks. It's a new word. You have to enjoy breaks. Like, I play video games, or you watch a show, or you read a book, or you go on a walk, like not a meditate walk, like just enjoy your walk, or you get good food. Like, you have to enjoy the human experience while doing the work. It's always a balance. And it's not a perfect balance of per day. I'm not going to tell you this many hours. Like, you're not doing that, but you're finding this flow in the balance, right? Sometimes we do the work and we get down there, and some days we're just going to work and it's not a big deal, right? Like, we need that flow and balance in our lives. And when it has to a job, right? Sometimes you go to a job and it's really busy and you got to do the work. Sometimes you go to work and it's like, it's just like an easy day. And you need both. And this is the same way with your inner work. You need the easy days. It's not a big deal. And sometimes you fucking got to get down to brass taxes, right? You got to do the work. It's a busy month. Fuck I got to fucking do this inner child work. And that's what, if you're listening to this, you're here to do. That's real work. Like, that excites me to do that work. And I hope it excites you, but that's, touch my hair, right? Like, this is neuristic, but it's real work. Like, that's real work you got to do. Like, that's just as real as you going to a job and working your butt off. A lot of people just go to the job and work their butt off and work 7 days a week because they think they need to make money or manifest, and really they're ignoring their inner child. They ignore the inner child by trying to achieve so much, and there's no way this earth will heal without that. And I just lectured the fuck out of you. But basically, don't run away from this. Don't run away from this. But run away from it sometimes, but not all the time. There's a balance, right? This is why we have 40-hour work weeks, not 80-hour work weeks. Like, there's a balance. And this is the same way with your inner child. There's a balance. Like, do some inner child work every day, but also do the thing you love, that you enjoy, because that's what your inner child wants to do too. That's part of it. Just breathe. I want to say I love you. And I want to do a channeling right now about this. So I'm going to bring in the Pleiadians. I bring in the Pleiadians a lot. I know they're super connected with us. They're like the cousins of us, right? From the little star cluster up there that maybe you can see if you're not in a city. I'm going to bring them in, and this will be fun. Hello, dear ones. We want to send our deepest, deepest love to your hearts. Deepest love to your chest area. I want you to feel this enveloping love of gentleness and innocence that we're wrapping around you now. That you're feeling in your body, your mind, and your soul. Wrapping it around your crown chakra, your third eye chakra, your throat chakra, your heart chakra. Stay in your heart for a little more. And down to your solar plexus and your sacral chakra and your root chakra. Feeling the safety of your innocence. Feeling your baby self being held in your arms. Hold your baby self, that innocent child that is you, in your arms. Love that innocent child. Love that part of yourself. Feel the inner love. Love you. I love you. I love you. Oh, you're so sweet. You're so innocent. I love you. Rock your body back and forth and feel the inner love that we're bringing. Feel the inner joy. Stay with it, dear one. Stay with it. Stay with it. You might be uncomfortable. You might feel weak in the state. You might feel defenseless in the state, but really you are loved. You are loved so deeply. Feel it more. Feel it more, the innocence and the love and the perfection that you are. Feel it deeper and deeper and deeper. Feel it deeper and deeper and deeper. I love you so much, dear one. I love you so much. I love you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Continue to feel this feeling. Stay with us. We love you. Love you. Slowly come back into your body. Come back into the real world with this new sense of innocence and love. Feel it. Feel the energy we are bringing towards you. We love you so much. We love you so much. Thank you for doing this with us. And do this as many times as you need. Feel our energy. Tap into this innocence. We'll bring you back to Dad now. Cool. Thank you. That helped me. I do these a lot to help me, but I hope it helps you too. And I love making these videos, and I do this from the bottom of my heart with much love. I do this, yeah, just because it's part of me. So thank you for receiving my gifts and watching me touch my hair for the last couple years. Yeah, so subscribe to the channel somewhere down here if you want to. Leave a comment, ask me a question. You can go to my website, danielmcnicholas.com. You can send me an email at channelingthecosmos@gmail.com, exactly how it's spelled on the group or the channel. And I really, really love you, and I hope you enjoyed this, and I'll keep on making these videos as long as you keep on liking them. Thank you.